My question for the day is there a God? I just wrote a new book. Is there a God? One woman's fast track to the divine. From despair to bliss without drugs. So why would I write a book about God? I'm not a rabbi. I'm not a sage. I'm not a priest. I'm not a guru. Well, what I am is somebody who's had a lot of pain in my life. And, when my father just literally dropped dead, one day I'm in bed, I start sobbing for no reason whatsoever. The next day I get a call from my father's girlfriend, hysterically crying. And she says, and I said, Dad died. And she said, yes. So that's where my journey, I think, of discovering a God is. And one night I had a dream, and in the dream I saw my dad, and I said to him, is there a God? And he said, God is in each one of us. So ever since then, I've kind of been on a quest, not to question if there's a God, but how to develop my own relationship with God. And I found teachers and mentors and experiences, and I share it in my book, Is There a God? Mentors. Tony Robbins says, why not learn from people who went further, faster? It took me, 25 years of trial and error with different teachers and mentors. And I mentioned my top mentors in this book and how they brought me closer to God, and how I went from despair to bliss. And needless to say, bliss isn't a constant state, but it's a lot more than the depression that after my father died, I couldn't get out of bed for a long time. I don't know if it was months or whatever it was, but I share the mentors, and each week it's a different mentor in my book. And every day I'm going to do a Facebook Live on a different chapter. And I hope you will, if you're curious about how to get closer to God, or, this book is really 25 years condensed into 100 and some odd pages of the best mentors and teachers in the world to connect you to a higher power. So, it was a privilege and honor to write this book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And every day, until I get to chapter 13, I'm going to share a little story, something from my book. Is there a God? One woman's fast track to the divine.